What is up, you guys? I'm Sarah Sutton, indie author of my young adult friends to lovers romance, What Are Friends For, as well as my young adult fake relationship romance, Out of My League, which you can pre-order now. You can find both of those links in the description box below. Welcome back to my channel. So today is the long-awaited video of how much did I spend self-publishing What Are Friends For. I've been wanting to make this video for the longest time, but I never found the motivation to actually sit down and count my numbers. I had an idea of what I did spend, but I wanted to give you guys specifics. I've been putting off making this video just because I know it can be a cause of great, I don't want to say jealousy, comparison. I think it's an easy trap to fall into when you see how much people make and sell and spend and all that stuff. It's easy to kind of fall into that mindset. So I'm just making this as an informative video, trying to show you guys what I spent, what I think I would spend less on in the future, what I have spent less on in the future, and all that kind of stuff. I get so nervous making videos about numbers, but this is just like real talk. I want to be real, open, and honest with you. Just as a disclaimer, these numbers are not meant to make anyone discouraged, to make anyone upset, to make anyone angry. These are just the numbers that I spend. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I wanted to share them with you and be open and honest in any way that I can. I plan to do a video just like this for Out of My League, so keep an eye out for that. But without further ado, let's get into this video. So I wrote down all of my numbers on my handy dandy YouTube notebook. It's a notebook with all of my YouTube ideas as well as like little doodles and stuff. If my editing skills are good, I'm going to try and pop the numbers on the screen. So let's angle you just a bit so we can get those numbers up there. Okay, as you may know, I published What Are Friends For on January 14th, 2020. And I published that book through Ingram Spark and KDP. So I used Ingram Spark for the paperbacks and then KDP for the ebooks. Eventually, I put all of my paperbacks onto KDP as well, but since KDP doesn't offer paperback pre-order, I decided that I was just going to use Ingram Spark. The time when I uploaded the manuscript to Ingram Spark had a coupon code. It was free to upload, free revisions. Usually it's about $49 to upload, I believe, and then revisions are $25, I want to say. I'm not totally sure. So since I did it through the NaNoWriMo coupon, it didn't cost me anything. That's one expense that I managed to skip out of. But if you wanted to self-publish a paperback book pre-order and you didn't have a coupon code, then it would be $49 to upload and however much money for revisions. Also, sorry if I'm slurring a little bit. I bit my cheek, and so all my S's aren't coming out the way I want them to. So bear with me. Okay, so let's hop into the stuff that I bought that isn't technically for this book, but I did have to buy it for this book. ISBNs. That's something that I needed because I wanted to use Ingram Spark and I wanted to just have an ISBN for my books. So I purchased 10. I thought that 10 would get me to where I need, and so far it has been. It's been pretty good. That total is $295 for 10 at the point of when I purchased it. So what I did to get the number for my book is I used 2 ISBNs for What Are Friends For. I used one for the paperback and then one for the ebook. So I took $295 and divided it by 2. Yeah, so that's not actually how the math works for that. I actually took $295 divided it by 10 and got $29.50. From there, I multiplied that by 2 and got $59. So yeah, and that was a total of $59 for the ISBNs for What Are Friends For. So that's $59 so far. Next we have editing. This is where I spent the majority of my money, and I want to say it was totally worth it. The feedback that I got, I used a copy editor. That was the only kind of editing that I used professionally, and I think it turned out really amazing. I was really pleased with the result, but that total for editing was $1,058.20. That's a lot of money to me. That's a lot of money for me to pay out. And fortunately, I was able to do it in 2 installments, so that was good. Yeah, that's still a $1,000 charge to this book, so we'll add that to our tally. Next is cover design and banners. So I purchased my cover design and a Facebook banner to go along with it. So I wasn't able to find how much each individual cost, but I did get the total, and the total that I spent for cover design was $484.50, which I paid so much less than that for Out of My League. And when I go into my Out of My League video on this kind of thing, you'll see how much less that I actually spent overall. But yeah, so $484.50. And the only other charge that I could find that was related to What Are Friends For that I had to purchase to publish What Are Friends For is the Vellum software that I use. So I use Vellum to format my books, so I don't have anyone format them for me. Vellum is a Mac software, but it's super user-friendly and I am absolutely obsessed with it. And though it was kind of pricey, it was definitely worth it for me in the long run because I know that I want to keep doing this. So instead of having to pay a person every single time to format both paperback and ebook, I purchased Vellum so I could do it myself every single time. And Vellum generates the formatting for you, so it's just really easy, really handy, and that was $249.99 for a one-time purchase. So honestly, I think it was totally beyond worth it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I can't really divide it out between like ISBNs. I had 10 ISBNs. I had 10 of those, so I was able to divide that out. But since I don't have anything to really divide it out, I just added it to the total. So Vellum was almost $250. Without Vellum, I did the total, and that came to $1,601.70. But with Vellum, it totaled out to be $1,851.69. So that is a lot of money. And I'm gonna preface this by saying you don't have to spend this much money. You can spend more money. You know what I'm saying? It's all based on what you're comfortable spending and what you want out of it. Like I said, I spent much less money on Out of My League than I've spent on What Are Friends For. I think I learned what works for me and what I'm looking for and everything. So it really just comes down to what you're comfortable with spending. I don't want to discourage anybody by saying this is the amount you should spend or anything like that. If you want to spend less money, you definitely can. Like I said, I spent less money on self-publishing Out of My League than I spent publishing What Are Friends For. But if you want to spend more money, you definitely can too. It's all about what you're comfortable with spending. I think I just said that twice. So I guess just to give you a little sneak peek of what Out of My League was done differently is that I spent less on editing and less on cover design. I found an amazing cover designer who I love, and you can see the cover over there. I found her work and I was just absolutely blown away with it. And though it wouldn't be branded the same exactly, I still thought it would be worth it because it's cheaper and I'm kind of just starting out. So to me right now, I kind of want to be able to put out a quality project for a little bit less money. And I think that was totally worth it. I absolutely love how Out of My League's cover turned out, and we kept all the basic designs anyway. So we kept the couple on the front, paper texture, as well as the font. And those were kind of the only things that really mattered to me. The font was a huge thing because I wanted to keep that kind of branded the same, as well as the paper texture. I think that really screams high school and young adult and all that stuff. So changing that was a pretty big, was a good move for me, I believe. Especially because I had to pay extra for my Facebook banner from the other cover designer, and this one threw one in for free, so that was really cool. But yes, I did not count the cost of proof copies, only because to me, I don't think you need to. For me, I didn't really need those to publish What Are Friends For. I could have published it without the printed proof copies, so I didn't include those. There are things that I could have purchased for What Are Friends For that I didn't. Like, I didn't purchase any proofreaders. And if you look through my book, you will probably find some error or another. And that's because I had actually planned to have a few friends help me proofread. And at the last minute, everyone either didn't read it or they came back and said, oh, it was perfectly fine. I'm like, I don't think so, because I found errors of myself when we edited the same copy. So I could have spent money on that. I could have done that differently. I could have also gone through different versions of editors, like there's developmental editors, line editors, but I only went with copy editing, just because I kind of wasn't really sure what was important. I had my story down, so I didn't think that I needed a developmental editor. And honestly, I wasn't too sure what the difference was between line editing and copy editing at that point in time. I know the difference now. I think in the future, I'll definitely consider one or the other. That's the money that I spent publishing What Are Friends For, my debut novel. And I'm actually quite happy with how it turned out. Yes, that's a lot of money for me to think about, but I think it's a quality product, if I do say so myself, if that's not like super duper rude and, you know, so I'm not meaning it in a stupid way. I just mean I'm happy with the product that I put out. I don't want to come across, you know, if you're happy with what you're putting out, if you're happy with the quality and the content of it, then that's really all that matters. So yeah, that is the money that I spent on publishing What Are Friends For. I hope I didn't miss anything, but I honestly could have, because back when I self-published What Are Friends For, I actually kept everything under my own personal bank account instead of separating everything into a business account for business expenses and a personal account for my personal expenses. So I kind of had to like scour through all of my personal banking, and I didn't know if I was catching everything. So some things might be missing, and let me know if I missed anything in the comments, and then I can add it to my Out of My League video. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and leave a comment down below. Comments and likes really help out small YouTubers like me, so it would mean so much to me if you could just take a second of your time, drop a like, leave an emoji as a comment, and that would be perfectly perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye. Okay, one more time, let's do this. Knock it out of the park. Okay, we're at 13 minutes. That's gonna be cut down to probably like 7. I don't want to cut this. Why am I dying over here? Okay, I think I got that thumbnail. My bloopers are kind of sucking lately. Oh my gosh. Look at these beautiful... Did someone shoot a gun? I live in town. Who's shooting a gun in town? Did someone just get murdered? Anyway. Cute. Hello. Is it gonna happen again? I just want to show off my earrings. Okay.